Welcome back to another moment in time with Taylor. I am doing scopeception right now. This is Brennan. He is the winner of the tripod from the Fem Yoga Friday Challenge in April. Let me just tell him that I'm live. All right, and then he's gonna come in here. I'm gonna show him something really quick with the tripod, and then I am gonna get into some yoga. So I'm having some back pain. Actually, it kind of stopped now that I moved around a little bit, but I was having some pain around my right shoulder blade, right around here. And it was really pretty uncomfortable and stiff and just yucky. So I want to stretch that out. No, I don't get alerted. I wish I did, though. I wish I did. Hey, Nikki Sparkles. Hey, Tracy. Hello, hello. Okay, let me refresh my egg drop. Okay. Can you guys hear the music? Indian Princess. That's what my husband always says. He thinks I'm related to Pocahontas. Homie, what's up? Uh-oh, I'm gonna knock this phone over. I gotta get used to how slippery these iPhones are. Oh, I thought I missed a comment, but it was just Eggbot. Okay. Alright, I'm testing these shorts too. I'm not comfortable with this, but we'll see. See if it works out. Oh, you like the Volcom? Yeah. Get stone on the back. Get this over here. Alright. I just vacuumed yesterday. It's already a big old mess. Alright, so I don't think Brennan is here yet. How many times do I yoga a day? Usually just once. You're going to belly dancing, Jen. That sounds awesome. Oh my gosh, you should teach us some stuff on Scope. That would be fun. That would definitely be popular. You need troll blockers to help you. At least 5 times. No. No, but so right now pretty much, and keep in mind, I did do a full yoga flow this morning, so I am still feeling pretty warmed up. My body feels pretty good, so I'm not going to be going really gently and slowly into this per se. So you might want to do just some gentle stretches to get yourself warmed up, but I am actually feeling some pain in my back right now, so this is good. Right here, this muscle right here on the side of my spine, I'm feeling some tension, some pain here, so we can work on some stuff in our back. Why not? I'm feeling it, so it's the best way, it's the best time to teach it because I can actually feel a little bit of maybe what you're feeling. Kundalini yoga, awesome. Awesome. Hey, Warren. Do I lean to one side when I sit? Yep, I always go like this, typically. I don't know which way it is normally. I think it's the other way. I try to balance it, and I always sit like this. Always. This is my big thing. So this SI joint is all like loose, like too loose probably. And if I try to sit like this, it's just very much more tight. Yeah, exactly. Sounds fun. Yes. You're gonna watch the replay. Okay. Kundalini is it's like a snake energy. Basically, Kundalini yogi believes it's a belief that there's Kundalini energy in the base of your spine, and that it travels up your chakras and up that central channel up to your crown chakra at the top of your head. As you do your yoga, you kind of like awaken this energy up through the spine. So they usually work from the root down up through the crown chakra, and we can talk about all the different chakras one day, but right now my back hurts, so I'm going to start doing stuff. Hello, Sav Masal. So I'm going to come right onto hands and knees and start out with some gentle cat-cow. Really slow to make sure my back feels okay with it. That feels really good. Oh, yoga is life, you guys, I swear. Uh-oh. Low battery already? Okay. So we're gonna have to figure this out. Oh, and Brennan just got here. Good timing. Okay, so what I need to do is get the charger. You're here. All right. Hang on. Stand by. Sorry, this is like my neck. Okay, wait, I want that. This? No, not this. This comes unplugged. I can't. Hang on, guys. I'm trying not to end the broadcast, but okay. There. This. Oh, sorry. Am I tipping it all around the world? Oh, I'm good. How are you? Yano? You're here. Yes, you're here. Okay. Let me show you what I'm doing, because Brendan is here, and this is actually what I was about to show him, and now I need to do it. So good timing. Let me plug in the charger. Sorry, guys. I swear we'll get back to the yoga soon. You can keep doing cat-cow if you want. You can rest in child's pose if you get tired of being up on the hands or wrists. All right, so tripod. So he was asking me if with my tripod, let me just make it shorter. How can I shoot portrait up and down like we are instead of landscape horizontal the other way? So what you want to do is loosen up this little screw right here, this part, so you can flip this open like that forward. So I just went like that. And then I'm going to tighten that back down, this little knob here. Hopefully you see that. And then this part right here, you can actually twist this. So lefty-loosey, and then you can adjust basically like that. And you have to just make sure that you're twisted at the right level, that you're not hitting the arms, but this will probably be fine for me. And I actually think I'm not going to use this. I'm going to use my other tripod. But now you know, that's how you can shoot a portrait. And you kind of have to tinker with it a little bit to make sure it doesn't hit the leg, but you will be able to do it. Especially, actually, you already have yours up, so it should work good. Where is that other tripod? I think it's in my purse. Walking is actually a great, great thing for back pain. And this is the other little tripod doodad that I have. I love this thing. It's just like a little thing, and I put this on top of it. So this is what you guys are going to go in now. Oh, it's going to be harder to see now that it's in this angle, though. I just don't really feel like dealing with... You need one like this? Yeah, because I can carry it right around in my purse, you know? See if I can... Oh, that's the opposite I wanted to do. What's it called? That's a good question. I have no idea. I don't actually know where this came from, but my husband might know. I wonder if that's too much. Okay, let's try this. What am I doing? I'm trying to get set up for yoga. Alright, so now I can plug the phone in. Thank you guys for being so patient. Hello. Alright, so now you're plugged in. That's good, so now we won't die. Oh, may you take a screenshot of the brand. There's no brand written on it, actually. It's just like a Chinese part, practically, that... It's like a no-name knockoff thing from eBay, I believe. I'm sorry. Like, I don't know what you would call it. Like, 5-inch... What do you call that kind of leg? Like elastic leg? Tripod or bendy leg tripod? I mean, that sounds crazy, but... Hey, Eric! Hey, Neo! Why does my leg feel rough? Alright, so we were doing... cat-cow before my phone started dying. Wait, why don't I see that comment over here? Oh, because it's like okay, back to work. Going really easy, especially if your back is causing you pain. And if you can't do this on hands and knees, oh, that feels so good. You can do it seated with your hands on your knees or just on your lap. One more round. And then come back to a nice neutral spine. If you'd like to take a child's pose here, that might feel good. Especially for the shoulders, if that's where your back pain is today. And you can bring it more into the shoulders by pressing into the hands. And I feel that kind of in my my SI joint in my right hip, which is usually where my back pain stems from. So my leg was at an outward angle, so I'm wondering if maybe my hip or somewhere in this leg could benefit from some stretching. So first I'm just going to take a quick puppy pose here, okay? So we're going to walk. Keep your hips glued over your knees. Hang on, let me... Thank you for telling me I'm beautiful, but please don't keep saying that because I am happily married and I want this to all be platonic and about learning together. And I'm drinking water. Okay, I'll let you get your mat. No, I don't have my wings, I'm sorry. So I'm going to keep my hips glued right over my knees. And walk my hands forward, trying to bring my heart towards the earth. Forehead or chin can come to the mat. And then lift the elbows up off the ground and bring the arms back under the shoulders. And now we're going to bring that right leg forward. I don't trust these shorts, you guys. And we're going to walk that foot to the left, opening the right knee out to the right. And bringing that left leg back as far as you can for pigeon pose. So I'm thinking this might help me a lot with mine. We'll see. This pose can be very healing for people with low back pain. Yeah, this is my first time ever trying this, so I've been really hot and sweaty today, so I am going to continue to try it, but I don't know. I'm going to watch the replay and decide if I'm going to do it again. Inhale. Exhale, pull your heart forward. Are you a yoga teacher, Aaliyah? You said you were a tailor. I didn't know what you meant by that. Oh yeah, my hip is definitely, might do a little bit of popping here, perhaps. And you're trying to keep both hips balanced. And trying to keep your heart lifting out long from your hips. And when you feel ready, you can press back up to a nice tall spine, pressing strong into the hands and bringing that front leg back. Your butt. You need this? Yeah, that one can be pretty intense. So if you're new to this, sorry, my nose is a little itchy. You can take this on your back. So let me show you what that looks like. Oh, that's so cool. Oh, you know what? I saw some of those the other day when I was buying these because I didn't own any shorts like this, like that are tight so that they won't show anything, basically. And when I was buying these, I saw a pair like that, and I was looking at them, and I was like, "What the heck are these for?" I totally didn't even think like heat regulation. I just thought it was like a look, you know. And I was like, I don't really know if I want my like leg. I don't know. I thought it would be because it comes. I felt like the slits came like all the way up. I thought. I don't know, but I don't know. Oh, it's your last name. Oh yeah, I see it now. And I dropped. That's so funny. Well, now I'll have to try it. Thank you for the tip. I love it. I love it. Okay, but hard wrist. I forget your name. I want to say it might be Mike, but maybe not. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking, Tracy. I'm like, dude, try to put my leg in this thing. My foot is going to slide through. Because the one I saw were like, they were actually holes. Like actual holes. They weren't like, you're saying sheer vents. Like I'm picturing what you're saying is like a mesh or something. Like a mesh like that. The ones I saw were like actual like holes in them. It was like Boss Cobbs or Marshalls or something like that. Alright, so if you want an alternative to pigeon pose, that pose that we just did with our leg tucked under the front of us, you can lay down on your back, bringing your feet to the earth, glue your low back to the mat, engage your belly strong, and cross your right ankle on your left thigh. Now this might be enough for you right here. If not, you might choose to lift both legs towards the chest, reaching your right hand through the hole, left hand comes around the left leg, maybe holding the shin or the back of the thigh. I don't know if you guys can see this bruise from where you are. This is a yoga injury from hitting my coffee table trying to do a forearm stand. So that was good. Okay, so I'm not actually going to hold this too long because I already did that side. I'm actually going to do the other side briefly so I'm a little bit balanced. And you can take as much time on either side. Listen to your body. I always say that your body is the best teacher. Your body is a way better teacher than I am. So listen to what your body wants and needs. Don't push yourself. Don't cause any pain or discomfort, okay? Especially if you're new. Just take it really, really easy. You can just hang out with the leg crossed. Just stay there. That's perfectly fine. A lot of my new clients start out like this. '80s rocker slashes, right? The holes or sheer both regulate temps. Depends what you like against your skin. Yeah, I like the idea of like a mesh. I don't know if you're still in here. I can't see. But like I like the idea of a mesh because then my foot won't slide right through the outside. Pretty cool. I'm so glad. I love getting all these yoga tips. Hello, everyone. I can kind of see now. Oh, hey, Jess. Hello. So we're going to do left leg now. All right? So if you're on your back, you just cross the other ankle on top. And we're going to bring that. And you can always, let me show you with the yoga blocks on this side. Okay, next. Yes. You wish you could give me tips? You can give me tips if you want. You put your finger through the mesh. At least I don't knock over the iPhone when it's in this tripod thing. Let me show you guys with the blocks and also with a bolster. Get some props in the mix. Oh my gosh. My bolsters are always so dirty, you guys. It's just a crying shame. I am a slob. But hopefully you can love me anyway. So, yoga bolsters, yoga blocks. I don't have one of my yoga blankets right now, so I won't confuse the matter by grabbing a blanket. Second time you wore them, you put your finger through the mesh? Well, that's not really a win. Okay, so what I just did on the last side was I came from hands and knees. Okay? And I came up pretty much onto fingertips and brought my left leg through. Now, I don't have much belly or breast, so you may not be able to do that. So these blocks, these yoga blocks, help you to come up higher. So you also might not have anything, that's okay. You can just come up onto your knees and bring that left leg forward. But the blocks are kind of like an extra balance. So it can help you walk. It basically brings the floor closer to you. Okay. And then you're going to bring, so either having your hands on the blocks or on the mat, you bring your foot across to the right, opening your left leg out to the side, and then bring your back leg back as far as you can. Now, you might not come down very far, and that's normal. So if you stay up higher, you stick something, whether it be a bolster or a blanket, under your left hip, okay? So, like that. So that way it's supported. And what that does is it makes sure that the hips stay nice and level. You don't want to have, one hip up or be twisting to one side or the other, so you want to try to keep that both hips level. So just find your level And if it comes down to the ground, then that's fine. And then you can bend this knee in also more. You can bend the foot in, tuck it in a lot more as well. For pigeon pose, I've read a lot about that, Aaliyah, so I don't teach that way because of the research that I've done, but I appreciate your input. Oh, and what I've read, if you're curious, is that you can actually injure your knee from doing that. But I'm not trying to criticize your teachings or anything like that. That's just what I've come to read and learn, and I'm trying to think. I think it was from the Daily Banda, I think it's called. Like it's all about anatomy. But I feel like every yoga book I read about anatomy, they all teach everything differently, and they say different things, so it's hard to tell. So I just kind of like leave it to the audience to decide what they feel comfortable doing. Listen to your body again. Do what feels good. Feeling your heart melt a little bit closer to the ground. Good, and then when you're ready, when you feel nice and balanced on both sides, you can press yourself back up. Say hands and knees. If you want to take a child's pose here, feel free. Oh yeah, that feels really good on my hips. Woo! And I'm going to gently turn my head to one side to release half of my neck. And then gently turn my head to the other side. Are you needing to vacuum, babe? Do you want me to stop? Babe? Are you trying to vacuum? Do you need me to stop?
No, I'm just cleaning up.
Oh, thank you. Is she coming now?
I'm not sure when she's coming.
I told everyone she's coming. I'm excited.
Yeah, you asked that I visited.
Yeah, I will. I'm thinking the shorts test is a fail. Like every time I switch positions, I'm live right now, but that's okay because there's a yoga teacher in here, and she said that she can't. You listened to your body and it farted. And she said she never teaches in shorts, and I told her, I'm like, I'm trying now, but it's like every pose I do, I'm like tugging at them, putting them back in position. So it's kind of a bummer. I don't know what else to get. I want like longer ones, you know. I want shorts that come like down to here, but I went to like 3 or 4 different stores and I couldn't find any. I couldn't find any that were like this, you know. You can find like capris, or you can find this was the longest I could find. So oh well. All right, I'm gonna actually turn my mat a little bit. What's wainscoting? Oh, I just need bigger legs. What is wainscoting? I'm looking it up. Oh, wainscoting is that the thing around the bottom of the wall? That's pretty funny. I thought these were like bike shorts. Oh, okay, so they have, ooh, you know what might be good? Like, you know what gymnasts use to keep their like stuff stuck to them? Like if I use that, like except it's kind of like an adhesive, so I don't know. But yeah, like I used to sell compression stockings, and they have like the silicone. I know exactly what you mean, that silicone band. Like some bras have it too. That's a really good idea. See, I didn't even know what to look for. This was the closest thing I could find to what I needed. Oh, your friend's gonna laugh at you for doing yoga? That's okay. Thank you, John. on your left side. I swear that Tracy, and thank you, Tracy, for helping answer some questions. Oh, you can't see my head because we're landscape now. I think that has a lot to do with driving. Do you drive an automatic car? Because, we're like, when you sit in your car, so oftentimes you have that right leg extended because you're ready to either hit the brake or the gas. And then this one's like flat down on the ground. So the knee, this doesn't bend the same way your leg bends, but it's like, I can't use my leg either because I don't trust the shorts. But, oh, you don't drive. Oh, interesting. Huh. I guess I have no explanation then. Thanks for inviting your followers, Smokey. Bigger legs. I love it. Oh, Lululemon has shorts in tall, but they're still too short. I am pretty short. How tall are you, Aaliyah? Lululemon makes see-through stuff? Do they? My grandma has some Lululemons. .5'4". Yeah. See, you're not very tall either, so they'd probably be too short for me either. I wonder what these are considered. No, I bet. I feel like, see, when I pull them down, like, I feel like it's not bad, like that. But then when I start doing stuff, it just, like, they become, like, they creep up. It doesn't really feel good, so. But I did want to teach a couple more seated poses, so let me just turn my mat a little bit so you can see a little bit of a profile view. Cool. I want to still be able to see comments, though. They do right up. Yeah, exactly. It's, like, constantly tugging. Oh, you have scoliosis. Interesting. And where is the curvature in your spine? Lululemon got sued for making free stuff? I'm not sure what that means. So we're going to bend our right knee. And you can just stay here. Now, especially if you're like me and you've had any type of SI joint injuries, you don't really want to necessarily cross your leg over to the other side. But if it feels good for you, you can bring your right foot over to the other side and bend your knee as much as is comfortable. The important thing is you want the bottom of your foot to stay down on the mat. Keep your left foot engaged, foot towards the nose, strong leg, and push out through your heel, keeping space in the hip. Try to keep both hips level. Notice as you move your right leg if it shifted your right hip at all. Inhale nice and tall. Exhale, hook your right knee either with your elbow, with your hand, or maybe scooch your elbow inside. And we're going to bring our right hand behind us. Take another inhale. Exhale to twist to the right, looking over your right shoulder. Keeping both shoulders down, top of the head lifting tall. 2 more breaths. On your next inhale, come back center, releasing both legs long. If you want to kind of bounce the legs here, maybe rock. So many instructions. Sorry, Sean. Is it too much? I talk a lot. It might be too much. All right, we're going to roll the ankles a few times. And switch directions. Keep your heart lifting tall. And then bend your left knee. Finding your comfortable position with your hips. My butt bone just like popped on the ground. Okay. So what I was just doing is I'm kind of grabbing my hips to actually open my hips out and back. So out to the sides and back. You can actually get a little bit wider base of support and kind of get your sit bones rooted down towards the ground a little bit better, if that feels good for you. Some of my clients do it every time, and some of my clients never do it. So just do what feels good. Oh, good, Tracy. Ooh, that feels good. You opened the door. It feels so nice. All right, take a deep breath in. Exhale, twist to the left. Hook your left knee with your right elbow or hand, or you can bring your elbow inside. Take another inhale. Exhale, twist to the left. Your left hand comes behind you, looking over your left shoulder. Keeping your right foot flexed. Make sure the toes don't point into the left, but they're pointing straight up at the sky. You had the S curve from neck to tailbone. Do you also do chiropractic, or do you just do yoga? One more breath. And come back center. You need that? Good. Good, Bob. I'm glad that you're being mild enough to not get blocked. Yes, I do this all the time. I do this every day. Not usually at this time, but my back was hurting me. I was doing a book scope, and I had to stop. I said, you guys might have to start this over because my back hurts, so. Whoa, a husband sighting. Yes! The mysterious Mr. Perfect. He comes on my scope sometimes. Ooh, feels good just to lay down. I'm just going to take Shavasana for a few breaths. So you can actually leave your knees bent with your feet on the ground here if you don't like having your legs out long. Just keep your hands and arms as far from your head as possible, really moving those shoulder blades down and back, and then relax. If you like, maybe you do straighten the legs. As they relax, they might flop out to the sides, and that's fine. Resting in Shavasana, corpse pose. Allowing the spine to decompress. You can offer your head a pillow. You can also put something under your knees if you don't want to keep your knees up towards the sky. For example, you could put a bolster like this under your knees. Try not to injure yourself by jerking around. I swear, coming in and out of yoga poses is like the biggest time to risk injury, so always moving mindfully. As we rest back here, allowing our body to shift into that rest and digest state of the parasympathetic nervous system, perhaps you would like to connect with one goal, just one single goal that you have in your life right now, something you can connect with as you continue to relax the body. If it feels good, you might want to gently turn your head to the right, keeping the top of the head lifting tall out of the neck and shoulders. And bringing the head back center. It can help to tell if your head is center by bringing the chin towards the chest. And then relaxing. Reaching the top of the head up out of the neck and then gently turning the head to the left. Is that Maddie? Hey Maddie, what's up? I see you. You like the music? Good. I'm sorry I'm talking over it. Thank you for inviting your followers. Lots of changes in your body. Yes, it's like every day we come to the mat with a new body. I love that. I stole that from Crystal Gray, but I totally love it. Yes, it's you. I see you. My Maddie senses were tingling. Shoulders and the humerus bones, which are your upper arm bones, the bones where your triceps and biceps are. Feel those plugging into the shoulder socket. What do I hear? Hear a bug? I'm hearing buzzing. Okay. And then we can bring the arms back down by the sides, bending both knees into the chest. Easy does it. Don't hurt yourself here. Oh, you taught prenatal and postpartum. Oh, in the hospitals. Cool. Oh, mommy and me classes. Oh, that sounds fun. That's really cool. Let me see what other comments I might have missed here. Nobody says open feet. Yes, you're here to block them. Good. Yes, you can do this with your eyes closed, Bob. Oh, the wedge. Yes. And the strap. Yes. I think that I usually wear a lot more clothes than this, but I'm glad you're happy. There are lots of seated modifications for S-curve and poses done on your back and against a wall. Yoga had much better results for me than chiropractic. That's awesome. Yesterday, one of my clients was significantly aligned. Like, I was like, whoa. So, I'll give you guys a little sneak peek into what it's like to be in an in-person class with me. I do the yoga touch method from Marsha Bennett Rachman. So when we are in our resting pose, here our final relaxation pose, you can see oftentimes the tendency is for the feet to spread out. So what I'll do is I'll stand over them, squatting down by their feet, and I'll actually grab them right behind the ankles and pull their legs long and kind of turn them in like so, and they still relax them. They still might flop out to the sides, or maybe they'll kind of find a nice, comfortable position. And then I press down on the hips to help really ground down and root down and just kind of let go of any last tension in the hips. And then I gently kind of press the low ribs down to just allow more space in the neck, opening the muscles, just really light. And then I'll place one hand on one shoulder and I'll pull the opposite arm. So I usually hold right about here, and I'll pull that arm down, releasing the neck and shoulder. And then I'll come over the head. I'll pull the neck long and press the shoulders down and back. So I came to this woman yesterday. I went over to her to adjust her, and it was like it was like I had already done everything. She was just in this perfect alignment. And I told her that afterwards. I was like, you just had this really great alignment when you were laying down. And she said that she had gone to a chiropractor that day for the first time ever, and it felt really good. I thought that was pretty interesting because she's a regular of mine, and it was noticeable. It was definitely a noticeable difference, so I definitely don't knock chiropractic either. Laying down feels great. Maybe some bridge pose. Let's see how that feels. So we're going to bring our palms down by our sides. Strong belly. Bring your low back to the mat. And when we lift up, we're going to try to move our hips up and towards our knees, okay? So up and away from the shoulders. Try not to crunch everything in and put too much pressure on the shoulders as much as you can. And definitely make sure you don't roll onto your neck. So you might need to even lift your chin up out of your chest a little bit. Make sure there's space between your neck and the floor. Palms are down. And when you're ready, press into your feet, lifting your hips up, long, lots of space in the spine. Pressing into the arms. Keep your knees hugging towards each other, right over the ankles. Maybe you want to interlace your fingers, rolling your shoulders underneath. One more deep breath in. As you exhale, release the palms back to the earth and lower your hips towards your heels. Your heels might even lift up off of the mat as you come down. And then find your Shavasana one last time. Oh, good, Tracy, yay! Are you talking about crystal gray or a different crystal? Yay, that's awesome. All right, so we're just going to take a few minutes here to just tune into our body. Give yourself any movements that you want or need. This will conclude our really short practice today. We did a full 40-minute flow this morning if you'd like to check out the replay. Otherwise, just allow the music to kind of soak into your mind. Let your breath be natural. And just listen to the music. Tracy, I just had a giant yawn. I was about to say, oh my god, and it just turned into a giant yawn. That's so awesome. I don't even think I could do that. I don't think I could get through a whole class without taking, you know what I mean, taking some breaks. More than just the handstand, but other things too. So I feel like I could definitely use a nice twist. So I'm going to bring my knees into my chest, open my arms out like a T, and allow my legs to come to the left. Looking over my right shoulder. I'm taking the bike for a ride.
Oh, you
I need a shower. I smell like a nasty person. Smell like sweat. Then bring the knees back center. And we'll gently bring the legs to the right, looking over the left shoulder. This clothes put me to sleep. When you're ready, come back center. You can roll onto one side and take a while to push up if you like. Or you can just roll up to seated when you're ready. Whew. I still feel like I need something though, like just twists. So I'm just gonna sit cross-legged, take a few twists here. Let me make sure my shorts stay yanked down. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist to the right. Kind of want to crack my back. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist left. Oh, fuck it. All right, inhale, center. Exhale, twist right. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist left. Ooh, you can just say that. You need to move my car?
Yeah.
Sorry, babe. It's in probably my North Face jacket. In the closet.
It's your fault we got an extra car and drive and stuff.
Oh, thank you, babe, for saying that. Where were we? Inhale, center. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist to the left. Let's open up that side body while we're at it too. So come back center. Let's switch which leg is in front. Aw, we're so cute. And then we're going to bring the right hand down. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale to the side. Inhale, center. Right arm up. Exhale to the left. Ooh, yeah, that's the stuff. Inhale, center, and switch arms. Exhale, stretch the side body open. Inhale. Oh my god, I feel like that's exactly targeting exactly where my pain is. It feels so good. Just gotta move this a little bit. Oh, feels And then the seated cat-cow I talked about earlier, you just sit on your bottom, put your hands on your knees. Even if you're sitting in a chair, you can just put your hands on your knees like that, whatever works. And then just, and round. I think we should try some pelvic twists because I still need something. My back is still feeling funky. So let's do some pelvic rotations. We'll inhale forward and center. Exhale clockwise around and back to the right. Near bra line is still stuck. Wait. Seated with legs out. Can't straighten or arch spine. Okay. So you mean in the back. Okay, so there is still stuck. When you are... And then, okay, tell me, I'll ask you a question before it, because I don't have all the answers right off the bat. Everybody is different. But, a crank? Yeah, I need a crank for my spine, exactly. Is it easier when your legs are open or harder? Or is it just the same? When your legs are like spread open wide and folding forward, as opposed to having the legs together and forward? A big thing for me that helped with my pose, I'm just going to use a block because I'm being lazy, but you can use a rolled up blanket, which is going to feel a lot better than a block. But when your legs are out, I put something under my knees. I might have showed you this before. Let's see. You could even have it like this high. That would be fine. Is my butt showing? Really, I don't like this. Okay. I'm going to get banned. Alright. So you can even have them bent like this much. And then see if that maybe, like, it'll make you feel like you're closer. And see if that kind of, like, allows you. Because sometimes even just having the head supported can kind of allow you to come into it a little deeper. And then a big one, this is something I learned from Leslie Kaminoff. He's the author of Yoga Anatomy, and he's actually the one who taught me putting the blanket under the knees. Usually it's just like maybe this much of a support, and then you just kind of come forward. But it took me a really long time to even get to that level. And I pretty much, I have these really short hamstrings. I just can't, I can't get my knees flat down on the ground. And when I'm like this, it is a lot harder. For me, it's a little lower down in my spine where the gripping is, but wherever you have it, we'll just work from there. So here's what he taught me. Wherever you're at, so any forward fold, whether you're like this, you got the legs open, you have one leg bent, wherever you're at, when you come, even in pigeon pose, when you're coming forward, once you get to that point where you let your head go heavy, you just, I think I showed you this, but I'll say it anyway. You inhale, chin up a bit, and then exhale back down. So exhale up, and back down. Just that kind of subtle movement. He said that it basically helps your nervous system to release and kind of release those nerves and muscles, everything that grips there. And I feel it. I feel it move down my spine and it was, for me, it was just hitting. What I was just doing was just hitting pretty much exactly that vertebrae I think you're talking about. So maybe try the head nodding when you're in it. Inhale, lifting the chin a bit. And really, we're not trying to move the whole head, so it's not like what we do in cat-cow. So you're not trying to go, I know that you can't really see my head. I should come here. So you're not going like this. You're not trying to move like your whole cervical spine. It's just the occiput where your skull meets your spine. So just a little bit. So first you have it hanging, and then you just lift it a bit. And that can help you to release a little bit deeper into it, maybe. She said your head was weird. It's okay to hunch in those, I think. I hear a lot of teachers teach that. Look into Leslie Kaminoff. I really, really like him. I subscribe to his channel, his website or something, and he sends these cool videos. I mean, he says, you know, the point of a forward fold is spinal flexion. You're supposed to be stretching those muscles of the back and between the spine and everything, just like we do when we try to stretch these muscles in the front of the spine. So I'm kind of, it's the same thing like with the foot flex thing. I mean, it's just different teachers teach different things, so it's so hard to say. Thank you, Dr. George. Your spine, right. Yeah, everybody is different. Not some people just aren't gonna, you know what I mean, come into this certain thing. Leslie is his first name. Yes, Leslie, the dude. And then the last name is K-A-M as in Mary, I-N as in Nancy, O-F-F, like Frank, Kaminoff, Leslie Kaminoff. But if you know what, Yoga Anatomy, that's the name of his book, it'll be easier. Just like Yoga Anatomy Leslie, if you could remember that, it's probably a lot easier. And I thought I had to burp, but I guess I don't. Okay. So, my back feels pretty good. It's not ideal. It's a little bit cracky, you know? But I think that's about all I can do for it now. You wrote it down? Yay! Yeah, check him out, see what you think, because that's what he said. You know, he said that's what he was talking about. And then Paschimottanasana, can work on that pose for a second here. He was talking about that. He said, you know, what movement of the spine is Paschimottanasana? It's flexion. So there's, I think you know some of this, but there's six movements of the spine or something like that. There's flexion. There's extension, which is like a back bend. There is lateral flexion, when you bend the sides. And then there's axial rotation, when you rotate the spine. So this pose is definitely a pose for flexion. So he says it's okay to allow everything to fold forward. But you do want to try to have some space there. And where you have the most range of motion is actually your low back. So what he says with this pose, and tell me what you think of this, because it's a little bit controversial. I don't hear pretty much any yoga teachers teach it this way. And I teach it this way sometimes, but even I shy away from it because it's not like mainstream popular, you know? You're so loose you can dunk a basketball. Yay! I love this. I'm so glad you're doing this. Your friend is going to be impressed. Hi, Amy. How are you today? Whew, I have a headache. I need some water. Why is it so much harder with legs than a V? Because I think it's just because that muscle is shorter, honestly. That interior hamstring muscle, that's definitely not what it's called, but hopefully you know what I mean. That muscle that you feel on the inner edge, I think it's just shorter, and it's just not getting stretched when your legs are together. So like the wider you have them, the harder it is. So maybe if you came, you know, if you just didn't go as wide, you could feel like you're coming further forward into it. And it's so weird. I see myself, like, to me, I'm like, whoa, look how far forward this girl can come into it. It does not feel like I'm coming far at all. It feels like I'm not moving at all. So film yourself, too, because sometimes it's like, people are like, whoa, you spread your legs so wide in that pose. I'm like, it feels like I'm not at all. Okay, good. You want help with this? Alright, let me try this. All of a sudden I'm getting this headache. Probably because I haven't eaten in a while. I've been scoping for quite a while, haven't I? Oh, I have so much fun with you guys. Especially you, Tracy. Oh, and Amy, you're here now too. And everyone else. Who else is here? Harderist. Harderist, remind me your name. Are you Michael? You're Michael? This is going to be really hard. It's going to be hard for me to remember. We're going to need to come up with a better name for you. Okay. So here's how he teaches this. He says, because you have he claims, I think this is what he says. I think he says that you have the most range of motion in your lumbar and the least in your cervical. So what you do is that you bring your chin towards your chest and you actually start from up here. So then start with rounding each vertebrae down. So imagine you're just curling up like a ball, okay? And then wherever you're at, put your hands out and forward. Maybe you can reach the toes and kind of pull that lumbar spine forward. And then you just start to do that head nod. And remember to put something under your knees if you want it to. So then the head nod. And then we can come back up. I usually like to do a little reverse plank after that, bringing my hands under the shoulders, lift the top of my head tall, inhale. And then exhale, press into the hands, press toes towards the earth, chin towards chest. And sit back down. I actually want to take wheel pose after that, so I'm going to flip around. Your battery died? It's okay. I live here. I do live here. Yes, your head went to the knee, but it feels weird, right? It's like way more of a stretch in the back, I think. Like for me, I'm like, whoa, like really pulling on my spine. So let me know what you think of it. Did it hurt you or anything? Like right towards the end, right before I came out of it, I did start to feel that pain that I've been having. I did start to feel that. Now, I already had that before starting this, but I always, as much feedback as I can get, you know, like what actually feels good to people's bodies and what doesn't. And is it good if it feels more intense, you know? It was much easier than trying a flat back fold. Exactly. Yeah, you're using the actual motion in the spine. Because then once you're down there, you can kind of like, when you inhale, it naturally unfolds you a little bit. So you do start kind of, you know, moving that chest naturally up and out of the hips and forward without even really having to think about it, you know, I think. At least that's what my body did, so. And that's what it's called, head to knee pose, you know. But I hear it taught to bring your heart to your knee instead of your head to your knee. But it's like, I don't know. But I am going to come down and do wheel pose because I need a serious back bend after that. So you can just do that bridge pose that we did before where you interlace your fingers underneath and tuck your shoulders underneath for a nice strong back bend. Or if you want to try wheel pose, get your Pippi Longstocking braids out of the way. Oh no, they're still in the way. Maybe it's better if they're in the way like this. Yes. Okay. So my fingers are pointing towards my feet. Knees are strong over my ankles. Elbows are over my wrists. I have my core really strong. Low back is touching the mat. I'm going to lift my hips up, press into my arms, and maybe come into wheel. And then when you come down, you might want to come onto the top of the head and kind of roll down to the back. I usually lift my heels up off of the ground to come out of that, just like I used to with bridge. Woo. And then any movements that feel good for you. Okay. My quads are like, oh, I want to stretch, but I can't stretch you from here. I gotta roll over. Alright. You love bridge? Good, me too. Let me see what this French person is saying. For the back, she poses would be best for the pain. Yes, not enough shoulder rotation yet for wheel. You'll get it. It'll get there. It'll totally get there. Hey, Brennan. We were just doing some wheel pose. I think I'm pretty much done. Not because you're here, Brennan. Just because. We're pretty much done. I think it's about dinner time. Gotta get ready for company. I gotta take a shower. I stink. Not really my hair, but just in general. So, how's everybody feeling? Any last questions? Anything before I go? Hey, you're welcome, Tracy. Thank you for bearing with me. You know, I'm still a pretty new teacher, so I'm always learning myself. And all of our bodies are different. And it's like, it's so easy to just say, I hate that. Like, someone's like, oh, I have back pain. And a yoga teacher will be like, oh, well, just do Cobra. And it's like, well, maybe, but maybe that won't work for them. You know, it's like, it's really just a matter of trial and error. We have to be real about it. We have to be like, hey, maybe you need chiropractic, or maybe you should start lifting some weights. Like, we can't be biased to our own work. You know what I mean? Like a carpenter, what do they say? Like, to a carpenter, everything looks like a nail, you know, because they have a hammer. Or like, if you have a hammer, everything looks like a nail. Something like that. So it's like, I try not to be like, oh, yoga's going to fix all your problems. Like people who are overweight, like, oh, does yoga help you lose weight? It's like, well, it could, you know, it does increase mindfulness. So you're going to be more mindful about the movements that you're making. You're going to be more mindful about the food you're eating, the drinks that you're taking in, those types of things. But it's not necessarily like, oh, do yoga, you'll lose weight. You know what I mean? So I always try to be kind of like holistic about it. Like, this might help, but, you know, try other things. Ask your doctor, ask other people, ask, you know, Aaliyah, who is in here, has been teaching yoga for 23 years, you know, I mean, whatever works. Oh, this is nice. Thank you. You're nice too. I like you being here. It wasn't that long, was it? Is it that long? Oh my God, it's almost 7 p.m. It was pretty long. We went really, really slow. It was a lot of talking and just really gentle on my back. Yes. Yeah, Brennan, I saw you asking Gretchen about that, and that's such a big tendency, what you were talking about, which is to try to, like, say you have a really, really good meditative experience. It's like every time you go to meditate, you want that. You're like, oh, let me answer all life's problems, or just achieve that samadhi, that state that's like, you know, the space between your thoughts, the space between your breaths, that space where it's just no thoughts, nothing. And it's like when you do experience that, it's like every time you think you're supposed to experience that. And it's just, and I think you probably already know, it's just, it's not about that, you know, there's no right or wrong way to do it. The only thing is staying committed and doing it every day. And just, it's really about focus. The only thing with meditation is staying focused on one thing. And that's really where you get the physical benefits of the changes in your brain. So you're doing great. Even if you're attached to different things, just notice it, you know, notice the attachment. And when you notice it, let it go if you want, if you can, you know. Full circle to our current government. And then I go grab the book and start reading again. Oh, good. I'm glad you like being here. Yeah, I wonder if it's because you're a musician and you're kind of like tapped into that part of yourself. Definitely last night, the Gretchen's bowls, like I've watched her a few times, and I watch different things too, but last night it was really vibing with me. I was like, ooh, those vibrations. It was like, I was holding the iPhone, the whole iPhone was like buzzing. I was like, this is awesome. Even after the sound stopped, it still felt like you could feel that kind of like, moving through you. So that was kind of cool. So I wonder if, because I think that's kind of how you came to yoga, right? Was through Gretchen, or am I mistaken about that? Because she does a lot of that sound healing. So I wonder if that was, it's probably really useful for you, because that's more the type of person that you are. You're into music, And I'm obviously not very musically inclined, but I'm working on it, right? We had some flutes today. I definitely don't sing either, but I love when Gretchen sings. And I love when my yoga teacher sings too. She's on Periscope now. It's the Yoga Lily. Yes, definitely, Brennan. You're going to sleep so nice. Yes. Meditation, yoga, it's a great way. We actually didn't really meditate much just now. We had a short meditation, but then my husband was walking around. I got kind of distracted, so we're having company over tonight, and he was like cleaning the house, so I'm thinking I should probably start cleaning stuff too, and we don't know when she's coming, so. You never succeeded until you first started yoga class in college. Oh, okay, so it wasn't Gretchen. Okay. All right, cool. Yeah, I actually found yoga through meditation also. I read a book about meditation, and then, thank you for the hearts. And then I think like a year after meditating for about a year, then it was, or maybe, I think it was at least 6 months. And then I just kind of went, oh wait, this is why my back hurts. Let me stay centered. Then I got into yoga. I started doing yoga for about 2 years, and then I became a teacher. Gretchen was through Kino. Oh, okay. So you actually, it was Kino first. And, well, you had a local teacher. And then online you found Kino and then Gretchen. How'd you find me? How did you all find me? I'm curious if you remember. I know. I'm like, we're having company. I'd be like, hi, good to see you. She'll be like, ew, I don't want to stay here. What's happening? I will take a shower. I should be hungry, but I'm not hungry. I'm having too much fun. Kino was the reason I got Periscope. Yay, Brennan, I'm so glad that you did. I'm very glad. I can tell that the camera is kind of crooked, but I don't really care. Silly. You're silly. I have to pee. We should end this. Okay. I want to hear a little bit about how everybody found me, if anybody knows. Does anyone remember how they first came into my scope? Oh, the challenge? The salad challenge, right? Or was it the Femme Yoga Fridays? You just found me randomly through other yogis. Oh, you might have found me through Crystal. Crystal's like the only yogi on here that I think has invited her followers. Actually, Marian does all the time. She's not a teacher, but she teaches me a lot. And Jessica Nanners, I guess. But the actual, like, teachers, you know, there's really just, I think, Crystal that shared once. And I wonder if that's how you found me. Yes, I do have white wings. You're right. I should have the wings for the end of this. You right. You right. You teleported here? You teleported here? That's awesome! That's so awesome. I love that. I like being teleported too. Scoping. Alright. Ugh, stomach cramps. Now we're gonna do yoga for gas pain. My wings are back, yes. Oh, I forgot I was plugged into the wall. Look at my hair. Okay. How am I gonna end this without blocking the camera? Alright, I love you all. I'm gonna give a few more seconds just in case I missed anything. Yeah, that is crazy. Yes, me too, Brennan. I love Periscope so much. Oh, your friend told you about it, Tracy. That's awesome. I wonder how they found out about it. That's so sweet. You're sleepy now? Yes, you're welcome. I know, my life is Periscope too, Brennan. You see how much I share stuff out. People have to turn my notifications off. I get so crazy. I can't help it. There's so many good scopers. I gotta share them out. I have 5,000 followers. I can't help it. I have to expose them. Yes, and you're part of my life. I follow you now. I just have to remember your name is Michael, which I'm pretty sure it is. Okay, I'm gonna end this now. Actually, I just want to see if Tracy's typing anything, because she might be explaining how her friend found me. Sorry, this is so wobbly. My arms are tired. Bye, Brennan. Bye, Michael. Good night. Where in the world are you? Is it nighttime where you are? Cheerios. Alright, Tracy, I have to pee. I don't think you're saying anything. Oh, you came back to see me again? Well, thank you for saying that, but please try to keep it all very platonic and not comment on my physical appearance because I am happily married. Oh, from Gretchen. Oh, that was nice of her. Awesome. I could never get a Periscope through my iPhone 5 till it broke. Oh, that's weird. This is an iPhone 5C. It works good. It's the only app I have on here, though. But okay, I really have to go to the bathroom, so I'm going to go now. You have the 5S. Oh, yeah, you were telling me that, I think, yesterday. But I will probably be back on later. I'm going to try to get, being respectful. And they said I was beautiful, so that wasn't really disrespectful. I'm not going to block you for that, but I just like to set a tone here. So we just try to call me Taylor or something funny, but not like beautiful or sexy or hottie or cutie and those types of things. So I appreciate that. I will have fun. I'll see if I can get Derek to come on here, his sister. And until then, this has been another Moment in Time with Taylor. If I'm not back today, I will be back tomorrow morning at 8:30 a.m. for the Femme Yoga Morning Show. Brennan, you're gonna get slapped. Okay, bye.